Before calling the professional, maybe it's DIYable.
Welcome to another DIY project. This time, I will show you how to build a Japanese-inspired Christmas planner and install starry lights in the middle of your garage post. The challenge? There's no electrical outlet, and we will solve that problem by running the cable in a very elegant way. And it's so beautiful that this may make your neighbors jealous. To give it a Christmas look, you'll need birch poles, pine cones, twisted manila rope, and Minwax stain. To achieve that Japanese-inspired touch, you'll need some bamboo. I actually made a trip to Chinatown to pick up the bamboo. For staining, I'm using Minwax ebony. It's pretty straightforward. Once the stain is fully dry, wrap the manila rope around the bamboo in 2 sections, then arrange the birch poles in the planner. The result? A stunning and unique holiday centerpiece. For those of you who have a center pillar separating the garage doors, there's a bit of a challenge when it comes to running the cable for the planner. Initially, I considered installing a waterproof junction box at the front, but that would look ugly if I ever decided to move the planner elsewhere. An alternative solution is to install the junction box on the side. This way, you don't have to damage the stone facade. Just make sure to get a junction box with a rubber seal that's rated for outdoor use. I got mine on Amazon. If you've watched my videos before, you know I always recommend using a small drill bit for a pilot hole. It helps you precisely test the location and identify the type of material you're working with, whether it's wood or concrete. In this case, as you can hear when we push the bit through, it sounds like we're dealing with concrete rather than wood. That means it's time to switch to a masonry bit for the job. If you have good eyes on the angle, the drill bit should go through right in the middle of the center pillar. This is the DIY precision I am talking about. Next, we are using the cable fishing kit to pull the electrical wire. This tool is a must-have in your toolbox. Start by attaching the electrical wire to the end of the fishing tool using some masking tape. Then, simply pull it through from the other side. I used this same technique to install the IKEA kitchen cabinet LED lights by fishing the cables. It's also how I set up the security cameras. On the plastic junction box, we'll start by drilling a hole to install a waterproof cable gland. As you tighten it clockwise, you'll notice it compresses on the sides, creating a waterproof seal. I got mine from Amazon. Next, we'll use a Bosch SDS Plus drill to make holes for the plastic anchors. This drill is absolutely overkill for this task, but just for good fun. Once the holes are ready, hammer in the plastic anchors and secure the junction box using stainless steel screws. Finally, put some silicone caulking to seal the gap around the cable and the junction box. Smooth it out using your middle finger. Middle finger is always the best because it hits the spot perfectly. Always leave a very tiny hole at the bottom. It's for drainage. Starry lights are an excellent alternative to traditional Christmas lights, offering a modern and stylish appearance. Since they operate at low voltage, they can be modified without any concerns about safety issues if you know what you are doing. We will cut the wires and strip the cables. Using a voltmeter, we measure a reading of 12 volt DC. It's crucial for this step because some manufacturers produce AC-powered LED lights. For this DC-powered LED lights, you must pay attention to the polarity, as reversing them will prevent the lights from functioning. Feed the wire through the cable gland and secure it using the twist-on wire connectors. This allows for easy disconnection during the summer, as having a birch pole in all year round would look very odd. Next, close the box and test to ensure the starry light is functioning properly. Moving to the inside of the garage, we'll use a staple gun to secure the cable. This helps make the installation look more professional. The cable is run along the garage door frame and then routed to the nearest electrical outlet on the wall. Although low voltage is much safer than 120 volts, it's still important to ensure safety and prevent any risk of fire. A 1 amp fuse provides sufficient protection. To achieve this, I installed an inline fuse holder, which is commonly used in automotive applications. Using a soldering gun, I secured all the connections. Finally, I used a heat gun to shrink the heat shrink tubing, ensuring the connections are well protected. I bought a mechanical timer to control the light. Of course, you can opt for a more sophisticated digital timer with astronomical features or a Wi-Fi cloud-based timer. Let's go back to the outside. This is how I usually do it. I start with one birch pole, wrapping the starry light around it from the bottom to the top. Then, I move the light to the next pole and repeat the process, starting from the bottom again. You can wrap the bamboo pole next or leave it to the very end. It doesn't really matter, it's entirely up to you. You can add the pine cones and other Christmas decorations later. It's a good idea to keep them removable. In some years, I don't even bother adding them to the planter. This is looking awesome. From the front, you won't see any cables hanging, and there are no tripping hazards. Since it's low voltage, there's no need for a GFCI outlet. And the project is so simple that anyone can do it. Every spring, I remove the birch poles and plant some annuals instead, just to give you an idea of how you can switch things up for the season. Well, I hope this gives you some inspiration for your Christmas planter. Give this a thumbs up if you find some good information in the video. My goal is to inspire more people into DIY. Remember to check out other videos on my channel. I am pretty sure you will love them. Remember to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.